We church folk are a curious bunch. We say that aesthetics don't matter, citing, "For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." If that were true, then a pointed guitar with shredder vibes won't matter in church, right? In fact, taken to its logical conclusion, I believe we need greater levels of inclusion for musical styles like this. Wow, it's feedbacking. Okay.
Oh, feedback.
Yeah, it's slight feedbacking. It's hot, man. I half expected it to be down tuned, but didn't expect it to be a drop like C standard. Over and over again, I receive feedback that shredded guitars have no place in the church. The average congregant will say that they're too visually distracting, and the musically adept like you and I might say that their tone is too harsh and aggressive. And I would admit, shredded guitars by themselves are going to be harder to integrate into the Sunday service by virtue of their pickups. They're not just hotter in terms of output. There's a specific pickup voicing in the mids which is designed to handle heavy gain. Specifically, you need two things in a pickup for metal music: a tight bottom end for big, chunky palm muted riffage, and to cut through a dense mix with a giant distorted lead sound. Actually, when you lower the gain, those are desirable sonic characteristics for worship music too. We're typically playing in a big band and we roll off the low end anyway. Before we go on, let me introduce these beautiful guitars. A big shout out to Sweely for helping me with this video. They provided the guitars for me to film at their amazing Clark Key location, which you should totally go and check out. Apart from music retail, the space also has a cafe that serves great coffee and food, important to consider when bringing kids, and a vinyl listening area where you can rent a spot for your uninterrupted break into the vintage. Sweetly let me try out these two guitars, the Jackson USA Jeff Loomis Kelly and the Custom Shop Limited Edition Soloist. Some background: Jackson guitars have several tiers, the topmost with the highest specs belonging to the USA Custom Shop range. These guitars are not cheap, but they're top notch and have amazing drool-worthy specs. First up, the Jeff Loomis Kelly. Kelly being their Explorer-esque shape, is an incredibly balanced guitar, both ergonomically and tonally. The guitar isn't lightest with ash as its primary tone wood, but it wears very comfortably both sitting and standing. That sandblasted ash top is a sight to behold. The one-piece maple neck-through body includes a scarf joint and graphite reinforcement, making for a very stable platform with zero tuning issues. According to the shop, this specimen has been shipped around 3 different shops and has never been tuned. When I picked it up and played it, there was no need for tuning, which is bonkers to me. The bound 12 to 16 inch compound radius ebony fingerboard with 24 jumbo stainless steel frets feels amazing under the fingers and allows for quick, easy and comfortable navigation about the fretboard. And the pickups, oh my. These Seymour Duncan Blackouts are the hottest pickups I've ever played. They're definitely tuned for aggressive music and had this raw when using the Mesa Boogie preset I made for the jam track. For worship music, I had to turn down the gain on all my drives and M models by 30% to avoid clipping on clean. But as the blurb states, the neck pickup has smooth glassy leads and the bridge is punchy, aggressive, yet able to keep up with smooth legato. next guitar is the most unique one I played for good reason, the custom shop Soloist SL1HT. It looks incredibly simple, but there's more than meets the eye. Graphite reinforced quarter-sawn maple neck through with alder body wings, ebony fingerboard with that 12 to 16-inch compound radius again, 24 jumbo frets, and a direct-mounted Damasio X2N humbucker. According to the Damasio blurb, put one in the bridge position for a powerful jolt to the voltage the M sees from your guitar. The result is a sound that can only be described as blistering. As you can tell from the intro jam, that checks out. But here's the secret to finding versatility in a single pickup, single volume knob guitar. Your volume knob becomes much more granular than your average volume control. Along the travel of the SL1HT volume knob, I can get usable tones as low as 1 all the way to 10, 10 being crunched gain and 1 being sparkling clean. Seriously, if you come across a single pickup guitar, you have to give it a shot. There's so much variation from 1 to 10 on the volume knob, and I'll let Philex explain why this is such a different sound to our usual 2 pickup configuration.
When you have 1 pickup, you're getting a true vibration from the nut to the bridge pickup. And if you have a neck pickup, even if it's not engaged, like with a toggle, even when it's not on, the magnet in the pickup is still pulling on the string. So it's interrupting the true vibration that's reaching the treble pickup, which you use mostly.
Before we go on, are you getting value from this video? If you are, hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon to help me grow the channel and YouTube send this out to more people. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've covered the technical benefits of having these metal guitars for worship, but how do they sound in a normal worship mix? Using my SL1HT preset, here's the answer. Sonically, that's not bad, and I only had 10 minutes to tweak my preset before I had to shoot. With more tweaking, I'm sure we'll be able to fit these guitars better in the mix. The Jeff Loomis Kelly was round and full, providing body and girth to the cleans, while the SL1HT was strong and bold, with singing sustain in the leads. I didn't have to buy more pedals or spend more time tweaking. These guitars already had those qualities in them. At the end of the day, if you're a redeemed metal musician like I am and have an existing collection of gear, I implore you, don't throw them away. They may have the very sonic qualities that modern worship music needs. And if you're someone who is in the same team or in the same church as your redeemed metal musician friend, look past the shredder vibes and focus on the heart of the matter. Does the guitar objectively sound good, and does it make him or her play better? If so, I say play on. Bring that shredder guitar to the altar, because Jesus welcomes it the same way he welcomes all other guitars that bring him glory. Thank you again to Sweetie for letting me try these guitars, and if you're in Singapore or the region, I've appended links to those exact guitars if you choose to get them in the description box and the pinned comment. If you enjoyed this video, I have a playlist called Can It PNW dedicated to non-standard worship guitars, and in my latest episode, I explored if the Steve Vai gem could fit into the context of worship music. See you there. My wah was on, so there was this like very high frequency cock thing, like there's something very wrong. What is going Okay, but I think, I mean, this is not tuned to standard, is it? Okay, maybe let's check it out.